Hello everyone. So let's start discussing chapter number 12, that is sound. Okay. So we listen to variety of sounds every day nearby us. Okay. So someone, suppose you are playing a mouth organ. Okay. So what you need to do is you need to blow the air into it. Okay. You need to have some energy, or you need to spend some energy to blow the air. If you blow the air with more energy, the sound produced would be louder. The louder the energy you are blowing into the mouth organ, the louder the noise would be, the louder the sound would be. So this predicts that sound is a form of energy. Okay, it is a sensation that can be felt by ears. Sensations. Okay, it is a sensorial sound that can be heard by ears. Okay, objects that produce sounds are known as sources of sound. Of course, they are the source of sound through which we can hear the sound. Okay, now what is the production of sound? How the sound is being produced? Okay, so for that, a particular definition is the to and fro, that is the to and fro, back and forth. Okay, you could say back and forth, and to and fro, the rapid movement of particle, about its fixed point in an object is termed as vibration. So to and fro, so this is the definition of production of sound. So sound is produced by the vibrations. Okay, now the to and fro, the rapid movement of what? A particle about what? About its fixed point in an object is termed as vibration. So this has been termed as production of sound. Okay, see, pull a stretched rubber band slightly and then leave it. This will set the rubber band into vibration and sound can be heard. Okay, so this is the way. Now how the sound is produced when we talk. Okay, so you could see here this structure. This is the vocal cord. Okay, while you breathe, open passage, the vocal cords open during the breathing to allow the air into the lungs. So this is the vocal cords. Okay, vocal cords in human, they are open. Why? Because you are breathing, so this allows the air into lungs. Okay, now the vocal cords are closed. Why? Vocal cords are closed when speaking, so that the air from the lungs presses between them to cause the vibration that produces sound. So vibration, the sound is produced through vibration. So what happens? Vocal cords are closed. Okay, and when you speak, so that the air from the lungs, lungs, they have the air. Okay, so the lungs air is pressed between them, and they cause the vibration to produce the sound. Okay, now let's talk about the oscillation. Have you ever observed the motion of the pendulum clock? Like this pendulum clock. How does the pendulum move? The pendulum repeats its motion between 2 points along the same path by moving in a to and a fro manner. So what does a pendulum do? It repeats this motion between 2 points. Suppose A and B are the two different points, so it repeats the motion between these 2 points, that is A and B, then A and B, then again A and B. So that is following the same path, right, in to and fro manner. Suppose right now it is from here to here, then it will come from here to here, so that is back and forth. Suppose it is right now moving in fourth manner, then it is again coming to back manner, then again forth, then again back. So this has been termed as the whole oscillation. Okay, so the motion of a body, where the body repeats its regular motion intervals between 2 points. Okay, two different points at a regular interval of time by retracting the path to and fro, back and forth manner. So that has been termed as oscillation, a slower type of vibration. This has been termed as a slower type of vibration. Okay, so oscillation of a simple pendulum. So this is the oscillation of the simple pendulum. So you could see the structure. This is the rigid support. S is the rigid support here, okay. Then this is the bob is connected through the thread, okay, and this is the bob, and this is the particular stand, okay. Yes. So the simple pendulum consists of a metallic bob suspended from a rigid support by means of flexible string or thread, you could say, which I have already explained to you. See, the bob of the pendulum moves for about the point of O between the points A and B. So this is the bob, okay. This is in the equilibrium positions, right? The point O is called the equilibrium position or the mean position because it is standing straight right now, okay. It is still at its position. The points A and B are called the extreme positions, okay. These are the extreme position. Now the maximum displacement, the distance moved of the pendulum bob from its mean position is termed as amplitude. Suppose see, from O to A the pendulum is moved, okay. So this is the maximum displacement of the pendulum. So this has been termed as from its mean position. So this has been termed as the amplitude, that is A, okay. Now the oscillation of amplitude of the oscillation. Now the time taken by bob to complete a one oscillation means from A to B, okay. So this one oscillation, the time completed from A to B and again from B to A, then again A to B. This is the complete oscillation. So time taken by bob by to complete one oscillation is been termed as time period of its oscillation, okay. See, now the number of oscillation completed by pendulum, number of oscillation completed by pendulum in 1 second is termed as frequency of the oscillations. I hope it has been very clear, okay. So what is an oscillation? Again, the motion of body where body repeats its motion in regular interval of time, okay, between 2 points by retracting the path in to and fro, that is back and forth manner. So that is been termed as oscillation, okay. Now the characteristic of the sound travels in the form of waves, okay. So sound waves produced by different sources and can be identified by knowing how loud and how sharp they are, okay. So that will again discuss in this loudness of the sound, okay. So you could see the perception, that is equator and quieter. One is quieter and one is louder, okay. So you could see the loudness of the sound. See, loudness is the perception in the ear that helps us to identify the low intense and high intense sounds, okay. See, you could see this is the quieter, okay. Quieter means there is less amplitude here. So this is quieter. You could see there is more amplitude. The more the amplitude, the louder the sound is, okay. Now pitch, when it comes to pitch, the shrillness of the sound experienced by the listener is called pitch. You could see the high frequency, the higher the frequency waves, the higher the pitch is, okay. So you could see the pitch here is very high because the frequency waves are very high. You could see the low frequency waves, so the pitch is again very low here because the frequency waves are low. So the higher the frequency, the higher the pitch is, okay. So again, now we'll discuss in this chapter how do humans hear, okay. So this is the human ear. Human ear is again divided into the three, that is outer ear, middle ear and inner ear, okay. So this is the internal structure. So what happens, the outer ear consists of piana, okay. So from here it directs the sounds to the from here, or the ear canal or auditory canal. You could see the sound has been directed to eardrum. This is the eardrum, okay. So what is eardrum? Actually, it is the interface to the outer and the middle ear. This is the middle ear structure. So this is the interface between the outer and the middle ear, okay. It is also called as tympanum, okay. Tympanic activity, you could see here eardrum observes the tympanic activity as well. So these are the different parts, then the middle ear. This middle ear is an air filled column with three tiny interconnected bones, that is incus, okay, incus, malleus and stapes, you could see stapes here, right? So this has been the whole structure of the middle ear. Then again the inner ear has the three parts, you could see the cochlear nerves, okay, the semicircular ducts, this, and the auditory tubes. So this has been the auditory tubes or auditory nerves. So this has been termed as the total, internal structures of the human ear, okay. Then again we'll discuss about what is the reflection of sound. When sound waves fall on the surface and bounce back from the surface, this phenomena is known as reflection of the sound. See, suppose this is the structure, okay, when the sound waves are, they falls on a surface and they again reflects back from the surface, that is been termed as the reflection of the sound, okay. Then again we'll discuss the type of sounds. See, type of sound, okay. So what is type of sounds? Sound can be classified on the basic of the audibility of sound to humans. See, sound of frequency below the 20 hertz and above the 20,000 hertz cannot be heard by humans, okay. So the sound which has the frequency less than 20 hertz is known as infrasonic waves or infrasonic sound, and the sound which has the frequency more than the 20,000 hertz, that is known as ultrasonic sound. So this ultrasonic and infrasonic sound both cannot be heard by the humans, okay. Again we'll discuss about the noise, okay, noise pollution and its harmful effects. So everybody knows the noise is the unwanted and the unpleasant and irritating loud sound which is harmful, and that again leads to the noise pollution. So how we can reduce the noise pollution? We can reduce by avoiding loud music that might hurt our as well as others' ear. We can plant more trees that reduce the noise level, because tree have the good ability to absorb the sound. Then we can minimize the use of defective machines and engines that produces unwanted sound. Then avoid unnecessary use of horns of the vehicle while you are traveling or while you are riding or while you are driving. We can wear the earplugs to protect our ears if working in the noisy environment or atmosphere. So this is, you could see that in this way we could just reduce the noise pollution. So please go through the whole video and then we'll discuss the problems or the doubts you have. Thank you so much.